You know, I've been thinking about making this video. Let me set this up real quick. I've been thinking about making this video all day. There's only one other person that saw what I saw, which is why I posted their comment. But the more I thought about it, as it pertains to Dennis Sperling, I'm like, man, what are you doing, man? Like, seriously, like, what are you doing? Like, it's like this. First off, you know, a lot of the people that are subscribing to Dennis and co-signing Dennis, a lot of these brothers got some real, like, deep-seated issues, man. You know, some of these guys are older guys. All they want to do is fuck younger women and try to come up with some justification, even though the numbers ain't like that, right? But then some of them, I don't know what it is, you know, like what, hatred for black women, hardcore, you know, and again, these men are not in my generation. They're older than I am. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I brought up the point in my last video about Aaron Hall at 31 fucking underage Gloria Velez, right? You know, making my point about, you know, standing for something, and, you know, I think that men would be talking differently if they had daughters, you know, with those sorts of age gap. Granted, getting with a woman that's underage or a girl that's underage versus there just being a big age gap when you're an adult is a different story. So I don't want to conflate those two things. But the brother came on the page, the same one that was on Dennis's show, you know, that Dennis was too lazy to actually watch my video and was listening to what these guys were interpreting about what I said. This is the same dude that was on Dennis's show in my comment section talking about Gloria Velez was fucking with thugs or fucking with Pookie, and so therefore she got what she deserved. Aaron Hall was 31 years old when he impregnated Gloria Velez, and Gloria Velez was 16. Now, granted, Gloria Velez is not a black woman, but I'm just like, really, my dude? Like that's what you're on? Not even that, like, the whole, like, not even like that the Pookie conversation has anything to do with what Hispanic women are doing. But I'm just saying, like, you talking about getting with young women and you saying out-of-pocket shit like that in my comment section. Yeah, that bitch got what she deserved, basically. Right? Aaron Hall was 31 years old. You can go on Vlad and pull up the clip. He was 31 years old, and he's up there bragging like as though it was his greatest crown achievement to impregnate a 16-year-old. I don't know why he ain't in jail. But the brother's comment was disturbing in my opinion. Right? And so you got all these guys over there co-signing and stuff. I go over to Dennis. Dennis posted all these videos of him and his son. And it's like, what are you responding to? You know what I'm saying? Nobody said that you weren't involved in the lives of your kids. The point is you can't be every place at once. The funny thing is there's one boy that's not in any of the videos that I've seen, which is the one that Dennis had out of wedlock with the Jamaican chick. And I'm gonna tell you the one video that was really disturbing, and I've talked about it and I brought it up. And this is what I don't get with Dennis, and this is why, you know, like I said before, you know, I'm saying this from a position of love. I'm saying this from brother to brother, but it's like, if you gonna be on the shit that you on, nah, nigga, you can't sit with us, man. You can't sit with us. You know, we've been having this conversation for a long time, and there have been a certain particular type of black men that black women throughout these conversations have talked about are problematic. And Dennis is showing himself to be one of these problematic brothers. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. You sat there in that car with your sons, the two sons that you had from your first marriage. You sat there in that car and interrogated your son about, you know, whether he would accept you being with a single mother, and then talked about how you know, you wouldn't be able to buy him a car. Like, you're going to put him on the spot and try to connect you not being able to buy him a car with whether or not he supports you getting with, you know, a single mother. Aside from the fact that you went in there and talked about, you know, all the bad behavior, you know, just started by default bad behavior. You know, single mothers, you know, the kids are bad. Is your ex-wife's sons bad? Are they bad? The ones that were sitting in your car? Are they bad? But he gonna put that on the idea of single mothers out here, and then again, you know, try to, you know, hold this carrot over his son's head, like, oh, if you co-sign me getting with a single mom, you know, you won't get a car, right? Which makes me question. I'm like, dude, do you really got it like that? Again, going back to the math. Do you really got it like that? Why would you even present that art? Oh, I can't buy you a gun. What's a used vehicle for a high schooler cost? $5,000, $6,000. He don't need no brand new shit. All he need to do is drive around. Aside from the fact that, you know, with the 3 kids that he got, that's 3 different cars. You know, in the coming years, because none of these boys are 17 years old. So so every like 5 more years, he's going to have to buy, you know, a car for his son to be able to ride around it. But yet he presents it like, well, I can't do both. I can't take care of another child, even though he's advocating for having another child. I can't advocate. I can't talk or support the idea of supporting some other woman's child because I won't be able to afford it. And in the video, he shows himself, you know, oh, I went on a trip with, or talked about, I went on a trip with, you know, all of my employees because I got businesses in Dominican Republic. Nobody said that you don't. But let's be frank about the situation. You already know that that's a business expense. That's a write-off. Where buying your son a car is not necessarily a write-off. So to try to compare those two things, like, oh, look at me, I'm balling. Like, I'm like, then it's like you're smarter than this, but like, what is with this stupid dumb nigga shit? Like, I don't understand that shit, or smart dumb nigga shit. Like, what is with that shit? I don't understand that. As until you an educated man, and you up here, and you're spewing, and you're talking nigga shit, and you're talking religious nigga babble, you know, bringing up God and Christ and the Bible that ain't got nothing fucking to do with anything that I said. That shit is irritating. You know, and you got these followers that are disgusting. So anyway, getting back to my statement, right? So Dennis got another kid out there that everybody knows about because he talked about it in his video. He's got another kid out there. I'm gonna tell you why this video needs to come down. This video of him interrogating his son. I want you to imagine. Just imagine. I'm gonna do the Matthew McConaughey thing on you, right? Like, you know, what was that movie? A Time to Kill, right? Just imagine that you were the other boy that we don't see in any of the videos that Dennis is, you know, when he going to Dominican Republic on trips and all this other stuff. We don't see the other boy that he had with the Jamaican model, right? We don't see him. But I want you to imagine being him and watching a video of him question your older 2 half-brothers about why he doesn't date a single mother. Or interrogate them about dating a single mother, right? I'm highlighting how much, I'm blown away at how much Dennis doesn't think. This is an educated man, attorney, and you putting content out. I mean, this is as bad as Kara's in with the shit that she used to do, with her daughter, putting her daughter in her videos. I'm like, fuck, are you doing? Why are you dragging your kids into your bullshit online? But anyway, calming the fuck down. I'm saying, so Dennis in the car, and just imagine if you were that other boy, his other son, right? That everybody points to and calls a bastard. And here Dennis is sitting in the car interrogating your older half brothers about dating single mothers and why he don't want to date a single mother and how he can't buy a car, you know, for them because, you know, you know, I can't afford all that, right? But he's saying he don't want to date single mothers because, you know, their kids are bad, and you know, basically he don't want to be bothered. The audacity of a man to say he don't want to date single mothers who creates single mothers. The audacity of a man to say that. And then not only that, you got a little boy out there that is the byproduct of Dennis's sexual irresponsibility. I hope that boy does not grow up and Dennis try to come off like he came off on his two sons in that video. Because if I was Dennis's son, I would fuck him up. When Dennis is 60 years old and that boy is big enough, you know, in his 20s to whoop your ass, then you're going to see just how much a 60-year-old is not on par with a 20-year-old. I mean, the audacity. So let me get this right. So you don't date single mothers, but you fucked my mom and got her pregnant with me, and now you talking about how you're only going to date my mom before you had me, but you wouldn't date her after you had me. Does the same apply to Dennis's ex-wife? Right? Because divorced a single mother, I mean, technically speaking, you know, you got kids, you got responsibilities, right? So basically every woman, and this is what's so fucked up about, you know, black men. I know some people want to jump up and say Dennis is not black and all that, but he want to identify himself as a black man, even though he looks closer to a Dominican. What the fuck ever. This nigga mentality is pervasive in the black community. I mean, just like, this has to be shut down. This has to be shut down. Somebody has to say something. Oh, I don't date single mothers, but you damn sure can go out there and create them. I mean, just imagine being that little boy. So let me get this right. So you don't date single mothers, but you create them. So basically, my mom ain't shit. That's basically what Dennis is saying. Your mom ain't shit. Now that I made her a single mother, she ain't shit. I wouldn't date her. That's grounds to get fucked up. Straight up. That's grounds to get fucked up and stomped the fuck out, Dennis. You know, and I'm pissed off at even having to say this, even make a video about this. This isn't about pick on Dennis Day. But I'm like, the more you make content, the more you talk, the more you expose how you really think. I'm like, this nigga's fucked up. It's one thing to be, hey, it didn't work out between me and my ex-wife and whatever, and we're divorced. Okay, fine, cool, that happens. You at least try to do it the right way. But then you went out there, you did it the wrong way, and then you got the audacity to come online, post videos of your sons, the sons that you're closest to, and then sit there and talk shit like as though you didn't create the very situation that you talking shit on. Like I said, if I was Dennis, if I was that other little boy, if I was that bastard child, the child out of wedlock, I would fuck Dennis up. Don't let me turn into a grown-ass man. I would fuck you up. I mean the audacity. And I'm saying, these men that are commenting underneath Dennis's, I'm reading the comments, I'm looking at the comments, you know, motherfuckers in there cheering like, yeah, and I'm like, do you even know what you're co-signing? Nah, nigga, you can't sit with us. A line has to be drawn in the sand, a distinction has to be made. I didn't come online bitching about black women to sit there and co-sign this type of fuckery. I ain't got no goddamn kids. And I most certainly wouldn't bring any kids in the world that I wasn't fully prepared to take on and embrace and make them a priority. I mean, this is retarded. I mean, this man's got years on me, and here I am chastising him about what the fuck he got going on and what he's doing. But since he decided to come online and go up here and proselytize and put all this shit out here, and he got a bunch of idiots in his comment section, and he's like, yeah, but he don't want to check none of them. I'm like, you need to check yourself. What the fuck is it like? What's going on online? It's like, does everybody not have integrity? Does everybody somehow think that they can just come online and talk shit? You know what I mean? And not even at least attempt to practice what they preach. I mean, the audacity of some people, man. The audacity. I don't date single mothers, but I create single mothers. And you got a boy out there. At any given time, like, it's just like with the women, you know, the Kardashians and shit like that. They up there talking crazy, you know, or got sex tapes and all this other shit. At some point in time, their kid's gonna see that. You know, Superhead's child probably already saw Superhead sucking all type of dicks. Okay, the Kardashian, their kids are gonna see, you know, freaking damn, I can't even remember her first name. You know, they're gonna see, you know, with the fucking Kanye's ex, fucking Kim Kardashian. Why am I going blank? Kim sucking Ray J's dick. They're gonna see that. They're gonna get ridiculed when they 16, 17 years old. They're gonna be in school. Motherfuckers gonna be like, yo, this your mom sucking that dick? Like, people don't think about this whole aspect of having kids. And then it's just up here all willy-nilly, hey, you know, I'm in the manosphere. Let's talk about the manosphere. And, you know, fuck you're trying to police my dick, SWP. Fuck my sexual irresponsibility. I'm going to say what I want to say. I don't date single mothers. I'm like, you need to mind what you say when you got a little boy out there whose mother is a single mother because of you. But, you know, man, that bitch ain't shit. I don't date no single mothers, man. You know, because single mothers, man, they come with a lot of problems and all that other stuff. Like I said, you know, it's like everybody's ignoring that. They're like, yeah, Dennis is out there, you know, on vacation with his kids. Where's the other little boy at? Where he at? With his mama, right? Like I said, you can't be in two places. You can't be at two places at once. I mean, I don't know how anybody doesn't see the contradiction. All this stuff about mentorship, being involved in the lives of your son and everything. I'm not saying that you got to be there every waking moment. You know what I mean? But there's a big difference between all your kids living underneath the same roof and your kids not living underneath the same roof. God forbid Dennis go out here and get with this 20-year-old and it doesn't work out. Now you got, again, four kids total, 3 different sets of kids. It's just insane. Everything this man touches is now undateable. Ain't nobody gonna want her, you know. Like, again, all this shit is just selfishness. At the end of the day, people don't want, they want you to deal with their baggage, but they don't want to deal with anybody else's baggage. That's what it comes down to. I mean, this man is a lawyer, all, you know, in court fighting about justice and righteousness and all this other shit, and can't even see the hypocrisy in his own language. Insane. You know, and my main concern is the fact that you putting up the evidence of this shit. The evidence of this. I mean, God forbid your ex, the Jamaican ex, actually see that video of you sitting there talking about, I don't date single mothers. Like, well, goddamn. I mean, we was about to get married and everything like that, and then, you know, we did our thing and had a child, and now all of a sudden, now you gonna sit there and make videos talking about you don't date single mothers. Now all of a sudden I ain't shit. I mean, talk about creating a situation where Dennis is making it more difficult for him to even be able to interact with the other son that he had out of wedlock. having that woman feel some type of way if she ever comes across any of these videos. You know what I'm saying? You need to be a lot more delicate with the shit that you talk, Dennis. You need to be a lot more delicate with the way that you out here talking about, you know, single mothers when you created one. You know what I'm saying? A childless man talking about their disdain for single mothers and their problem with single mothers is completely different than a man that went out there and created one. It's completely different. No, you can't sit with us. You know what I'm saying? I hate having to say this because, you know, I'm like, you know, a lot of the points that you were making were really valid, but it's just like anything else. Like when you see somebody and they a politician and they out of pocket on some shit and it's like, yo, man, you got to step down, man. You got to step down. You know, you're fucking up the movement. You're fucking up the cause because every time we try to make a point, they going to bring this shit up. That's why you can't sit with us. You know what I'm saying? That the childless man, black man conversations are not to be put in the same bin as these black men out here that already have families, already came out with kids, got kids out of wedlock, you know what I mean? Got children with different last names and shit. I'm sorry, it's not. I can't co-sign that. You know what I mean? And some of these other brothers are not smart enough. They see anything that looks like a fucking manosphere, anything, and they start jacking off. Not even recognizing what they co-signing. Like, no. We gotta separate ourselves from this bullshit and this fuckery the same way that the women, the childless black women, try to separate themselves from the ratchets. I mean, this shit is out of pocket. It's out of pocket. You know what I mean? And it'd be one thing if Dennis was humble enough to really just be like, hey, I fucked up. And then just, you know, try to stay as far away from that conversation as possible. But nah, this motherfucker, you know what I mean, drags his sons into the conversation. Well, you wouldn't want me dating a single mother now, would you? Because, you know, I wouldn't be able to freaking buy you a car. Objection. Man, if I was the judge, man, I'd be smacking that gavel down. I'm like, nah. You already know as a lawyer that that's a tactic that you can't use. You're gonna sit there and bring up the you know, I'll buy you a car, so you know, if you say anything otherwise, then you're co-signing the idea of me not buying you a car. I thought you got it like that, Dennis. I thought you caked up like that. You mean to tell me that you got a 13-year-old son, and in the whole time you didn't anticipate that having to buy both of your sons a car? You didn't anticipate that? You ain't put no money aside, put it into a fucking, you know, a savings account or a trust to make sure that he has a car when he turns 17? I can tell you, even my old ass uncle who's dead, when it came to his daughter, you know, the one that's in her 20s now, you know what I mean, that doesn't have a father, he put some money aside to make sure that she was good. And then on top of that, he made sure that none of her siblings who were grown were able to touch it. He stashed that shit away. Which is why I can have an ounce of respect for you know, despite the fact that, nah, motherfucker, you don't need to be 60 years old, you know, starting a family. You know, on top of the fact that he had piss poor health because he was a chain smoker. So his lungs were fried when he conceived her. So he already knew he didn't have time left. So I'm like, what are you doing having a baby and shit? And you got tubes in your nose and whatnot. What are you doing? You on your way out the door, 1 foot in the grave. Oh, I think now is a perfectly good time to have a child. Man. You know what I'm saying? If Dennis, if you had a do-over, your do-over was with the Jamaican. And you fucked that up. That didn't work out. I do not understand dudes out here with this lack of condom use or birth control use. Grown ass people doing the same dumb shit that fucking 16-year-olds do. I can give them a pass. I'm not giving no pass to people who are grown. People who been grown for more than 20 years. Nah, man. If I go out here and I have a kid out of wedlock, oh, the whole internet, you could bash me all you want. All I'm gonna be able to say is I fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be on here talking about, well, you know, like talking then like I'm talking now. Like, I don't date single mothers, motherfucker. You created one. I don't date single mothers. And again, that's not even the worst part. The worst part to me is, again, if that little boy ever comes across that video of you interrogating his half brothers about the fact that you don't date single mothers. So I guess his mom just ain't shit. She just an ain't shit bitch. A bitch that only became ain't shit after you got her pregnant. Now she ain't shit. And this is the son of the woman that you got with, that before she became ain't shit because you decided that, I don't deal with single mothers. She was obviously the shit for you to allow her in your life. This is the type of stuff that goes on that, when black women point this shit out, man, there's no defense to this. You can't sit with us. I mean, straight up. If we allow that, then we get dragged into all this, you co-signing black men out here and they got kids all over the place and yada, yada, yada. And look at the double and quadruple standards. And what I'm like, oh, nah, no, I'm not co-signing that shit. And brothers sitting there co-signing, in the comment sections and everything. I'm like, do you have any idea how bad this makes us look? And again, it wouldn't even be an issue if Dennis would tone down his rhetoric. He thinks that because he makes videos and he's all cool, calm, and collected and trying to act like, he is a professional, but, putting on his professional voice and his representative and, got his book and, oh, I'm a man of God and everything, like that means something. I'm like, this nigga just as scandalous as these fucking, these pastors out here that got outside children. It's always I told you, I got disdain for the black Christians. It's always the men running around talking about they men of God that ain't got no goddamn discipline. It's always them motherfuckers. It's always them. They always running around, wagging their finger at people, the moral compass, trying to give advice on what it is to be a man of God and whatnot, and got literally no control of their dicks. No discipline whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And we expect we're going to stand next to that, and then we expect black women to follow, black women to cooperate, black women to get with the program. And they can see the hypocrisy in what you say. They can see the inconsistency in what you say. They can see that you don't stand for nothing. They can see that you don't even admit or acknowledge your own mistakes. And even if you say that you acknowledge your own mistake and then you follow it up talking shit like you didn't make the mistake, that completely undermines acknowledging the mistake. It's just insane, man. Insane. And these motherfuckers, just in the comment section, just vitriol, for black women. I'm not even knowing where the fuck it's coming from. I'm like, yo, you want to talk about you was ready to go, you had it together, you was on, and sisters just wasn't paying attention to you, and therefore you got an issue with sisters. Hey, I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 100%. But if you on some, I'm not getting my shit together until I'm 50, so I can go around and fuck with some young girls and it's not about the money and all this other shit, and I can run shit on a bitch's dime. Again, nigga, you can't sit with us, man. You can't sit with us. You know, and I don't know how many dudes are on this. You know, I know that there's a lot of dudes that over the years, you know, they've been following me, co-signing, riding my coattails and shit. You know, but you know, I already know that in the ranks, you know, there's brothers that, like, you know, I'd tell them, I'm like, yo, man, you can't sit with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be a part of this organization. It ain't like all black men are good and all black women are bad. That's as bad as the shit that the women try to push. That all of them are good and all of us are bad. You know, everything's just rape and pillage and colorism. The hole in the ozone layer exists because colorism. Like, black women don't contribute or engage in any of the fuckery. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, nah, man, this got to be called out. No. You know what I mean? And it would be one thing if Dennis will humble himself and give brothers yeah, man, I fucked up. Don't do it. Don't repeat this. Don't do what I did. I'm going to tell you why. You know, got to be realistic about my situation. I got 3 mouths to feed, you know. If I end up with a young woman, you know what I mean, and she wants to link up with me, you know what I mean, I consider myself fortunate. But I'm not going to sit up in here and try to act like, you know, anybody can do what I can do. On top of the fact that the majority of the followers that are listening to Dennis, you know, according to Dennis, you know what I mean, if he's claiming that he got it like that, well, most of these people listening to you don't got it like that. And you're going to sit there and let them you know, co-sign. You're going to sit there and let them be like, yeah. You know what I mean? You had that brother up there talking about, you know, he's like 49 or some shit, and he just got his college degree. And Dennis was like, congratulations, brother. And they up there continuing the conversation about, you know, who can and cannot get what 25-year-old. I'm like, okay, so you like 49 and you just got your college degree? Like, you 49 and you just got your college degree? Really? And you talking about, you know, oh man, these young women, man. You know, like, what these guys look like is they look like lames that basically stayed lames their whole life, and they never got on, and they're living in a fantasy world. They're living in a dream world. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it looks like Dennis, you know, got it going on. Right? That's the one thing that he does have. You know, but these other guys, no. You know, and then on top of that, you know, it's like, no, just having money doesn't make up for everything. Not everything. Especially when you out here making mistakes and errors and you got mouths to feed. Dennis, take the video down of your son sitting in the car and you interrogating them and telling them, about why you wouldn't date a single mother. Take that shit down, man. That is the last video. That's the last video that you want your other son to see, the one that you had by the Jamaican woman. It's also the last video you even want her to see. I mean, that video is so out of pocket. I don't even know how to describe it other than to say that it's out of pocket. Out of pocket. Just like that comment that brother left underneath my page talking about Gloria Velez, you know, she was fucking around with Pookie, so she got what she deserved when she got statutorily raped by Aaron Hall when he was 31 and she was 16. Fuck out of here, nigga. The fuck out of here. Anyway, man, that's my video. SWP out.